Your brain can read emotions faster than you think, and the proof is hiding in tiny shifts, microtone changes in voice, a half-second pause in breathing, a slight angle of the body that either welcomes you in or silently asks you to step back. If you learn to spot those signals, you'll know when the conversation space is emotionally safe enough to speak, and when you're one subtle mismatch away from shutting down the moment. Emotional safety shows up in microtone shifts, not in big statements. When someone is safe to talk to, their voice and posture tend to change in small, predictable ways that reduce threat. You hear it in the way their words land, and you see it in the way their body holds back aggression. Notice how a sentence that starts gently keeps its tempo steady as it goes on. John Gottman, studying thousands of couples, found that a soft startups during conflict track whether a partner escalates or de-escalates. In practice, a soft startup often sounds like controlled volume, fewer sharp interruptions, and a face that stays readable instead of hardening. Now imagine the opposite. Your brain does not only read words. It also tracks prosody, the music of speech like pitch, loudness, and timing, because those patterns often reveal emotional change faster than vocabulary. When prosody stays stable, it signals fewer hidden problems. Track how pitch and pace shift when they hit a sensitive topic. Klaus Scherer, known for work on vocal expression of emotion, describes how changes in vocal parameters map to emotional states. If someone is emotionally safe with you, their prosody usually shifts smoothly, not abruptly. Think of a cashier who suddenly stiffens when money feels wrong, even if the script stays friendly. Their tone may jump, their timing may snap, and their face may freeze for one beat. That is the kind of microtone jump that tells your nervous system something is off, before the full explanation arrives. Smoother shifts are different. When your conversation space is safe, the other person often shows emotion through subtle changes they can still regulate. Their voice may warm, their pacing may loosen, and their pauses may become more natural. Even when people try to sound calm, emotions can leak through tiny channels. Paul Ekman's work on facial microexpressions showed that brief, involuntary facial signals can appear when a person experiences something they do not want to show. Those same emotions often echo in voice microtones. Notice how their facial tension and vocal control match each other. If a face flashes brief fear or disgust while the voice stays smooth, the mismatch often signals emotional risk. When the mismatch is gone, the other person can usually speak without those quick corrections. Try this at a grocery store when someone says, no problem, but their lip corners tighten for a fraction of a second. That split-second expression tells you the truth is being managed. If their voice also tightens right after, you instinctively back off. In emotionally safe talk, the channels agree. Their face and voice shift together, and that alignment helps your body believe the conversation is contained. Voice cues matter, but so do the body cues that sit under the voice. In Gottman's lab work on couple conflict, researchers track physiological patterns like heart rate during disagreements. The timing of arousal can predict whether partners stay connected or spiral. Watch how their breathing seems to stay steady between turns. When someone is safe enough to talk, their body often keeps a baseline rhythm even when emotion rises. Their words may get more intense, but their breathing and posture usually do not look like they are preparing to attack or flee. Picture you and a friend in line at a coffee shop while a mistake gets corrected. If your friend stays relaxed and explains calmly, Their voice might brighten slightly while their shoulders remain down. If your friend gets threatened, their shoulders may hitch, their breath may shorten, and their voice may tighten on every new clause. Gottman's broader finding is that escalation is not just a choice of language. It is a nervous system trajectory. Microtone shifts in speech can mirror that trajectory in real time. Emotional safety also leaves fingerprints in how people unconsciously copy each other. Chartrand and Bargh's classic research showed that people tend to mimic each other's behaviors without realizing it. That mimicry can create a subtle sense of belonging and reduce social threat. Notice how their gestures and cadence start to match yours. When someone feels safe, their timing often syncs with yours in small ways. Their nods may land at the ends of your sentences, and their micro pauses may line up with your rhythm. Think about a video call where you start speaking slowly and the other person smoothly matches your tempo. The conversation feels cooperative even if nothing is said about feelings. Your body reads the synchronization as we are in the same room. If they do not match, it can mean distance or guardedness. A person may keep talking with stiff timing, interrupt at odd moments, or hold gestures too rigidly. Those micro mismatches can make you feel like you are talking through a wall. Body cues often work like an on-off switch for safety signals. Stephen Porges, known for the polyvagal theory, argues that certain nervous system pathways support social engagement, including facial expressiveness and prosody. In plain terms, the body can either feel available for connection or pushed into protection. Track how their face stays flexible while they speak. With social safety cues, a person often maintains a readable face, soft eye contact, and a voice that stays within a comfortable range. Their body does not look like it is bracing. At home, you can see this when a parent responds warmly to a child who makes a mistake. The parent's voice usually drops into a steadier tone. The posture stays open, and the pause feels like room for correction rather than punishment. When safety is lower, protective wiring shows up differently. Their voice can become flat, their gaze can dart, and their shoulders can creep upward. Those microtone shifts can signal that connection costs too much effort. Psychological safety is what lets people speak without expecting humiliation or retaliation. Amy Edmondson's research in organizations ties psychological safety to learning behaviors like asking questions and reporting problems. The interesting part is how this safety sounds and looks in everyday conversation. Listen for softer uncertainty, markers that do not shut people down. In safer spaces, people often use microphrases like "I might be wrong," "Can I clarify," or "What do you think?" and their voice stays gentle while saying them. Their posture tends to open and their timing suggests they expect a response. Imagine a team meeting where someone admits a mistake. In a low safety room, the speaker's voice usually rises, and they rush the apology like it might be punished. In a safer room, the same admission comes with slower pacing, more even volume, and longer, comfortable pauses. Microtone shifts here are subtle but consistent. If the other person can hear uncertainty without escalating, your conversation space becomes safe enough for real language. Emotional safety often arrives as a match between regulation and responsiveness. When someone can keep their voice within a controllable range while their body stays readable, your nervous system treats the exchange as manageable. The result is microtone alignment, where pitch, Timing, pauses, and posture cooperate instead of contradict. Notice how their smallest changes stay smooth when the topic turns personal. If they can shift tone without snapping rate or bracing their face, conversation becomes a place where meaning can surface. If shifts are jagged, paired with rigid posture or quick facial leakage, your body reads danger in the sound itself. Microtone shifts also tell you whether emotion is contained or forced. Contained emotion sounds like steady prosody with tolerable uncertainty. Forced emotion sounds like sudden tightening, irregular pauses, and defensive body pattern.